Well, good morning, folks. I'm out here working on another birdhouse and trying to fix the roof on this one. I got all that red plastic off the top of it. These are for small birds on the top, the larger birds on the bottom. I hope they can coexist and all get along. What do you think? I can't even see if you're seeing what I'm seeing. Maybe I better look on the back of that and see what it's pointed at. I guess I got the birdhouse. I don't care so much if you see me, I just want you to see the birdhouse. Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out the wooden design for this roof. I never have any plans when I do something, I just make it. 4 out of 10 times it comes out. Yeah. Nice holiday. Sun's out, nice and bright. My birds aren't chirping much. I was hoping they would be singing some songs so I could go out and record some. I like to record their music. Music to my ears. Well, I found this piece of board. I drilled a couple holes in this, and I'm going to see if I can saw some of that back airways and take a jigsaw. Maybe I can trim out the rest of it. Hopefully that's going to slide right up under there. Then I'll probably have to take some silicone, clear silicone, and paint that. I'll never use a plastic roof again, that's for sure. That was dumb. What the hell was I thinking of? Holy crappy old. Well, I hope we're all remembering our lost buddies that we had. I know I had quite a few of them that passed away during the Vietnam War. One fellow that sticks out in my mind so quite much is Private Wayne Burns, here from Johnson. He was killed on his birthday in Vietnam. It was April 16th, 1968. Blew his legs completely off when he hit one of them, I don't know, mines or something. What a way to spend a birthday. But we used to have some good times together. Oh, we'd go to camp and get ourselves a case of beer. Of course, we were probably only about 15, so we didn't spread the word too much. We'd go to camp and have a hell of a time up there. Miss them days. Him along with a lot of others that got wounded and hurt and sacrificed for us. I appreciate them. I hope you do too. Anyway, enough of that talk. Let's see. Oh. I'm trying to keep my desk cleaned up. I got that other one that I was working on all hung up out there. Now after I finish this here, I'm going to make a small condominium birdhouse. I always build about one a summer now. These trees still are green on this one. Get that out of the way. Now let's see if I can figure out how to use this fancy cable saw here. I did find that pusher the other day. Oh, here it is. Told you I had one. Somebody's mowing their lawn out there. You know, the lawn's just as wet as can be. I don't know why they're mowing it today. Let's wait till tomorrow and it'll be nice and dry. Sounds like they're right next door. Okay. We need power. Just up behind there. Right. You ever notice how these new outlets you put in, they harder than hell to get plugged in them? There, finally got it. Let's see if this thing works. Noisy son of a bitch, isn't it? Well, we'll move that over to here somewhere. I do this without cutting my thumb off. Let's see how that does. With my shirt all dusty. Didn't get any of that sawdust in my beer. Wouldn't want my stomach all glued up. There, that was tasty. Now I'm kind of a putter ass, so if I seem like I'm taking a long time, I do. But because it's my workshop, I work speed I want. Now what's this thing say? I don't know if that's for wood or not. Can't see it. Oh yeah, it says wood. I wonder if this blade's gonna work. There's one way to find out. You know what, I think I'll put that inside the clamper rubber thing. I wonder if that would cut any better. Might keep it on the line. I have to keep moving you around. I guess you can see. I got that small camera today. It's one of them Astra, I don't know. It's a little tiny one. It's just easier to handle than my big cameras. That worked. Let's see here. If I can go a straight line. About as worthless as tits on a boar hog. I wonder if I got some more somewhere. Oh yeah, I did find some. I got so much stuff I don't even know what I got anymore. You ever get that problem? Kids are after me to clean out the house something. I got too much stuff. I said, well, I hate to throw stuff away. You know how us old timers are. We just don't like to throw nothing away. Might need it. Must be something I can use to pry that up with. pair of pliers just to open something. No. My old wood chisel, that thing's probably as old as I am. There we go. Says fast cut. See what that does. I think I'll unplug this, but you know how I am making stupid mistakes. You're supposed to turn that sideways or something. Looks like I would get my finger in there. There, I got it nailed. Set that right there. Now we can turn it again. Get my finger in there. I got it in there, hope I ain't got it in backwards. I don't know if it makes any difference or not. Try that again. Probably have to do that again for the other side when I get to it. When I get to her. Should I save that or not? Yeah, never know. I might need it. So, there I go. Saving stuff again. You'd be surprised how much I use these small scraps for stuff. I got one of them. I know what I did with it. Oop, there's one of my little trees. I must have knocked that off in there. I did. Glue's all dried up on it. Well, isn't that just about as cute as Bud's ear right there? I think that's gonna work. What do you think? Huh. This is the first time I do something nothing can tell. Looks good right about there. You know what, I probably ought to screw that on there. I'm just gonna find the right screws. I think up there I got some. There's a whole bunch of them. Those will work. So it snaps your fingers in a hurry. Yeah. Probably better use about that size. Ooh, maybe a little bit longer. Try to put that back in the right hole. Use that one. That's the one. Yeah, that'll give it some grip. Now I just need change this out. I just bought this impact wrench this year, the cheap one. But it's holding up all right. I like the Makitas and stuff. I got a bunch of those, Milwaukees. But got to a point, you know, and they $100, $200. But I'm over here now, I guess. That's a lot more money than I want to spend on those things. Wonder if that one will work. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright. That thought it's making me go sneeze here in a second. Ugh. Sneezy Weezy. That's my name. That's me getting Dave sneezing. What's the chances of me hitting where I want to hit? Fair to meddling. Oop, wrong direction. Little pressure. Damn it, I missed. Well, you tell me as much. You could have told me I was off a half an inch. Well, it ain't a half an inch, but it's enough. Thought I'd fill that hole in with some putty or something. Ugh. You know, we should have been bored with 3 hands. That would have made things so much easier. There. But that's alright. I guess this is the one. Second time's the charm. I think I'll put one of those down on the bottom. Fingers are a bit cold this morning. Well, that should pull that bugger on there. What do you think? Yeah. Like I said, I'll fill this all in with some clear putty. Then I think I'll paint it white. Let me see if I can flip this around. This will need to be drawn down some more. I can see that. Yeah, okay. See if I can draw it down a little bit. No, I'm gonna have to put another screw in. Well, just have to put another screw in there. do this other side. That turned out pretty good. Now I want this one to come up all the way to the top there. Let's see if I got some of that silicone that I'll put on there before I put them together. I think I got a tube of that somewhere. It says ultra clear, few squishy. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. We'll set that there. Remember where I put that. Now, move my chair a little bit. This one's going to be longer, but I don't want it that long, do I? How wide is that board anyway? Well, it's 9 1/4. I guess they call that a 10-inch board. I really need an 8-inch. I see a bunch of 6 inches up there, 4-inch. Yeah, what's that right there? Can't tell if that looks like a shiplap board. You know what? By golly, I think I got one up there. You know what that means, don't you? Means I'm going to have to get my ladder out so I can reach it. You can see all my boards are up there. And I think over there in the corner there's an 8-incher. Step ladder. If I fall on my ass, call the police. Go outside and get it. Alright. My knee definitely hasn't healed, so I'm not very good at this climbing stuff just yet. It's getting there. I'm hoping to get strong enough where I can use my big ladder outside. It says it takes 6 weeks, but I don't know. I want me to go to that therapy shit, but you know what? It's just another way for me to try to get another dollar out of you. Now, I got Medicaid and Medicare, but I don't know how for long, but they still don't cover it all. You still got to pay them back 20%, you know. Here we go. Oh. I think I got 2 of them 8-inch boards out here. Plus some lights here. Can't need the light, but it's brand new lights here. Get that out of the way. I think they went up there easier than they come down. I hope that was an 8-inch board. Guess I better measure it before I start working on it. moving you around like a banjo. Got a little split right there. Yeah, 7.5 for a quarter, so that's an 8-inch board by their standards. I like that rough cut lumber because you get 8-inch or get 8-inch. You know what we gotta use next is that flippity flip saw. I'll spend half my time moving stuff around, you know. That's alright. Ain't like I gotta be somewhere. There. Get enough room here where I can put that board up here. I think I've got enough room now. Guess I gotta move these over the way here a little bit. Two there. Still got enough room yet? Oh yeah, Betty, that's pretty good. Now I need a measurement. Won't be the same length. You got 16.5 inches. If I'm reading right. You see what I did with my pencil? There it is. Off-hander. 16.5 inches. So I'm gonna stay away from that crack up there. Yeah, keep away from those cracks. Okay. Now I want this thing on the jiggy. You ever get a chance to buy one of these Stanley things? Oh, these things work slick as shit. I like this one. Big. Goes up to, I don't know, looks like 12 inches. 12 inches. Yeah, right. Okay. Got my mark done. Keep using up my lumber, I'm gonna have to make another trip up to the sawmill. I like them fellas up there. I go up every year or two. I'll try buying my stuff local as much as I can. Let's see what that's going to do. Off the line a little. Give her a shake. On the line there. Maybe square. Square, square. Don't have her. Just what I wanted. I knew what I wanted all along. Just need to get the board down. Okay. Then what are you gonna do with that? Put it back here. Oh well. I'm getting dust in my little dusty wusty. I don't know, is that high enough? I'll take a peek. I guess it is. Okay, now I figured pumpkin. It's gonna be down to 4 inches. Try to get them as close as I can here. Put it all in there. You get a line, I'll get a pole. I'll go down to the crawdad hole. Hooray, oh honey, David, oh. I got a hot rod for it in a $2 bill, and I know the spot right over there. All right. You know what? No spiders in this one. That other one had a big ass spider in it. That's fake here, man. What am I doing? Yeah, I wanted to do that. Oh, how far down? That's what I wanted to do. Well, I already measured that one. What was it? I don't know. We're gonna go 3 3/4 inches. Not quite 4. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. I'll do a small one of these, little buggers. Put that there. And if I get my sucker right, it should fit. It should. And then I'll get a straight edge here. I'll cut across. Make that like that. You want to put this board in here. I'll put the other. See, this is a little bit wider, but it's wider so it can cover the roof. Have a little bit of overhang. And I'll use this thing. Yeah, that'll work. Here we go, moving stuff again. Oh my God. That's why I never know where anything is. I just move it and I forget where to put it. Okay. So, don't mean to block you off there, but. So I get it, so it's on the line as good as I can get it. That's close. Close, close. Okay. Going down the other way. This is a kind of cheap saw, but it's what I could afford at the time. If I hadn't gone through so many wives, I probably would have a lot more stuff. But well, I'm glad they're enjoying their new houses. I live in my mobile home. Okay. Now that's the other part. That skillum saw, what do you call that? Jiggy saw. Yeah. Jiggy wiggy. Yeah. I just bought this, what do you call it? It's a tripod. It's I forget what the name of it was. I already have one, but it's got other cameras on it, and I get sick of switching it all the time. Okay, outlet. You can get it the first time. You did. Here we go. Close enough on the line. But I measured that right. That should cover that other one on top. Perfect. Recto. Yeah. See that? Gonna work, huh? Anybody home in there? No. Covered on the bottom there pretty good. Now, we'll do some more screwing. You know what? I think I'll put a little bit of that sealant on the bottom and get this cover off. Let's see, if I squeeze that, anything come out? Well, of course not. Why would it? That means I've got to do a poke a hole in them. Of course, I don't think I've got nails. What do I got? Something work. Something else. Everything's screwed together these days, you know. Well, I must have something. Even if it's temporarily. Oh yeah. So I'll move this ladder out of the way. We didn't go to use that again for a while. birds are lucky to have me, that's for sure. Now I can't put my cat back in there. Cut that off, dumb bastard, you know. Oh, let's try this. Oh. So what I'm gonna do is just stick this screw back in there. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, back's starting to get sore. Now, with any luck, get that on there. Yeah. Maybe. Yes, maybe, baby. That's gonna work. Can I let go of that a minute? Let's see. Need this thing. I think. Yeah. Get one more in there. Yeah, that's perfection. That back. Those snaps are kind of hurt your fingers when you open that thing. Alright. Now, my next thing is I'm going to paint that puppy up. Let it dry overnight and hang her back up. See if I get any guests in it this summer. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. My robin out here doesn't seem to be interested in her nest this year. I don't know where she's hanging out. Got a little chunk of day's work there. I always like tobacco. Back in 1958, my grandfather used to take me with him when he was logging with his horses. He had a horse named Queenie. That was a smart horse to go right back to the shed without even telling her to. She knew when it was quitting time. She knew when to start work. But he said, if you help me there, grandson, I'll give you a little bit chew of this Virginia homespun tobacco. And of course I took a bite of it and he kept staring at me, waiting for me to throw up, I guess. I said, you know, that's pretty good stuff. Well, I've always had some ever since then. Now, a lot of people don't like it, but I think it should be what I like, right? Not what you like. At least I'm not smoking cigarettes. Okay. Now, let's see. Yeah, I lost something again. Oh, here. You just pop open here. I'm gonna have a white room today instead of a black one. Mainly 'cause I've got plenty of white paint. Ain't nothing to cover it with. Use that one I used the other day for the black. Give her some stirs here. It should be pretty good on waterproof. I'm not a very fancy painter, but I get the job done, that's all that matters, I guess. I don't even know if this is filming. Haven't checked it for a while. A lot of times I go and process them and I see I missed a whole portion, but don't bother me. It's okay. It's alright. Okay. Now, this might be the bigger brush than I want, but ease it off a little bit. My battery got weak, so it beeped at me, so I figured I better change it. Sometimes I forget to do that. Kids are enjoying their day off out there. I can hear them hooting and hollering. I like listening to kids, you know, they takes you back to your childhood days. Milking cows, doing chores, working in the vegetable garden, doing the haying, butchering the hogs, butchering the chickens. Oh yeah. We didn't have cell phones, that's for damn sure. Didn't have TV. We did have a old radio though. We used to listen to that Gene Autry story. I don't know if you ever heard of Gene Autry, but that was on Saturday, so we'd sit there and listen to them voices coming out of that box. Shared a little laughter. Yeah. If I ever heard my parents say you can go out and play, we stayed out all day. We didn't come in every 5 minutes. Because we knew if we did, they'd find us some chores to do. So we were smart enough to stay away from the house until supper time. Of course, that was after chores. When I was little, we only had 15 cows. You know, back in them days, that was quite a few cows. We did have a vacuum system where we could milk with a vacuum. But our milk went into these creamery cans. I don't know how much they held. They're not very big. I don't even see them around anymore. And we could either take them to the creamery or we could have somebody pick them up. And of course, we didn't have any refrigeration back then, so we cooled the milk off with spring water. Yeah. Hell, we didn't even have septic system back then. Like 2-holer. Gets full, we went out and spread it in the fields. help make some more hay. Yeah. Of course, our shit didn't have all those chemicals in it like you got today. Well, let's see if I can flip this around. I got a little dot of white down there on the bottom. Don't look at that. Alright. Let me see if I can get this flipped. This is kinda heavy. Kinda heavy. I use latex on this. That's 'cause I like to clean my brushes. It's easier. Wears off. I just put another coat on. Yeah. Yeah, the paint lasts me a long time. After I clean my brushes up, I take and put them in a cellophane or whatever it is. Put them in the freezer. Keeps it from drying out. When I'm ready to use it, I bring it out and thaw it out. Nice and fresh to use again. I bet you most of you didn't even think of that. The only trouble with tobacco, you have to spit. That's where the ladies don't like it too well. Especially if you spit on the shoe. They don't like that brown shit all over their shoes, that's for damn sure. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. I should have built it out of wood in the first place. What do you think? It would last longer. Paint would have wore off after a while, but like I said, I can always repaint it. Kids out there, they get into fights once in a while. It's fun to watch them. They make up in about 4 minutes. They're best friends again. They got one of them trampolines over there. They're jumping their little hearts out. Park kids. They stick together when they need to. Most of the people here are seniors. But there's a few youngsters in the park. Alright, we got this side over here. We got that little bit there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we finished today's project. We got ourselves a new roof. Yep. Didn't do too bad on the paint job. Really good paint there. I just rub it a little bit, blend it in. That's good enough. I don't think birds will care anyway. Will they? Occupancy. Yeah. One of them commune livings, you know. Like back in the 60s, that's what they used to do. They'd come to Vermont, get up and in the hills, Hell, even Walter Cronkite's daughter was part of that group up there, up toward Montgomery. They all raised their own vegetables and fruits and, well, the police didn't like that at all, you know, they thought them people were the worst criminals in the world. They were all trying to bust them out. Of course, they might like a little bit of pot now and then, and that's what they have to go up there and spy on so they can bust them for drugs. Yeah, they weren't hurting anybody, leave them alone. They're getting some of that free love. Oh well, nothing free love, let's call it a day, what do you think? When I don't know, I got it in my head how I want to build my next one for the summer. I think I got enough material to do it, so yeah. Dusty enough anyway. Okay. Well, appreciate you all muchly for coming along and listening to this old geezer run his mouth. And until next time, it's Papa Key saying so long. You know, I gotta learn.